Hello, welcome to Sunday, December 22nd. Oh, it has been a boring Sunday. I haven't been doing anything. Well, I've been kind of waiting for this live stream, see if I can get anyone to chat with me, because, I don't know, it's been kind of just duh around here today. Nobody's really doing anything. Hello, Jeff. Hello, John. Hello, Scott. Game man, I believe. Yep. Need to go to, and there's John Williams. Williams. Hi, Rick. Is another Sunday, or is it just a different day? Well, Sunday, another Sunday is a different day, isn't it? Cold here, 14, wind chill, -2, wind dying down, felt like 15 below this morning. Yeah, I've been kind of noticing that too, John, that we're kind of dipping in the temperatures, and the wind is picking up and the temperatures are going down, so I'm not liking that too much. It's kind of why I've been just kind of stuck inside here for another probably 2 or 3 days, and they say we're supposed to be up in the upper 20s again. So maybe just another 2 or 3 days, and then hopefully this wind will die down in a couple days, and I can get out and. But I don't know. How's the snow going? All the snow around here is gradually melting. Um, we had some rather fabulous days last week and the week before, so our big, huge mounding snow pile that we have in the end of the parking lot, William, is kind of just shrinking. It's not gone yet, but it's gone down quite a bit because the as everybody usually says, Mother Nature went off her meds because we got extremely warm here for a little bit. And I was trying to scratch my head thinking, what in the hell's going on here? It's nothing new or abnormal, but this time of year, usually we do this at the end of February, kind of towards the beginning of March, and we get the 30s, 34 for about 2 days, maybe three, and then it drops back down to like 10, 15 above again. This is, I don't know, I didn't mind the warm weather, but now we're kind of, Mother Nature is kind of throwing reality back at us. And to be honest with you, I ain't liking it. I'm not liking this cold weather at all. I don't. I like to be outside. I'm an outdoors person. And now that I fixed my bike and got everything working on it, no more squeaky brakes. I took care of those. Um, I need to get the air in the tires on the trailer pumped back up because they're kind of been sitting for like 3 or 4 months and they just kind of went. Bleh. So I need to put some air back in the tires. Did Doug do a live stream on Saturday? Um, Josh, you should know the answer to that one. I didn't get anything from him in my YouTube app. Josh, what does Doug do on every Saturday? I think you can answer your own question. Because of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Well, stupid question to ask. Did Doug have a live stream? Why, yeah, of course he did. He does every Saturday. Although he did do it a little differently this time. kind of, I don't know, I'm not going to give any clues out or anything, but yeah, yeah, I'll talk about it later. Notifications are a hit and miss. Well, I don't know. Doug's usually shows up on my phone, and I usually get him on my and one of my two computers. I got both of them running on YouTube, so one of them usually picks up the notifications, and my phone usually gets it. So I don't know. Darren's doing emojis again. John Williams is doing numbers, thinking that's going to do any good. It's not. You're not going to get any points or anything for doing that, so. And I'm not going to get into that spaghetti mess of trying to figure out doing points and trying to keep everybody straightened out. That would, for me, would get so messy and so unorganized so quickly. No, I'd rather not. I've been thinking about that. There is no organized way of me doing that. There's just no way of me doing that cleanly and keep it organized and keeping a certain record of how I do. I just what I'm doing is hard enough. I don't need to add to things. I mean, I'd like to, but like I said, that's another thing I've got to learn how to do, and then I've got to remember it. I've already got enough up in here in my cranium that I'm trying to keep in my head. I don't have room for another thought. John Williams. I was thinking of breaking up the book writing. Breaking up the book writing. Breaking up the book. Okay. Princess Bias Hi Josh Oso. Princess Hi says hi. Oh, okay. See, I don't have that pop out screen like Doug does because I'm using OBS. And I'm not gonna use the studio because it's so fucking behind. At least this stays current and keeps up. When you guys actually leave a comment, I actually see it when you leave it. The second you hit enter, it shows up here in the studio. Oh, it'll be quite a minute or two later before I see it. I don't know why they've got the studio so screwed up. I mean, it's not a minute or two. It's probably like 30 seconds, or maybe a minute, or I don't know. But at least here I can see them instantly. I have to ask Ghetto a question and crickets. AKA Mr. Book. Yeah, Permalook. So how you doing, Ski Man? You doing alright today? I'm doing alright. I just wish my Sundays weren't so freaking boring. But today is just kind of just a I know I've got projects around here I've got to do, but every project I look at, it's like, not today. I've got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably 14, 15 projects just in this desk area alone. Things in the desk that I could probably do, but I just don't have the gumption to do it. At some point, like the paperwork, I am going to have to get done with that and get that turned in so I can get paid. Otherwise, people will kindly forget about me. Same, different day. Probably not yet a better. Gonna suffer for a while. Well, I'd hate to see you suffer for a while, but yeah, I know the. I don't know. Yeah, it's not all well. It's I wish I can get you up to Minnesota and get you on the Minnesota health program because you'd get so much further up here and you'd have that taken care of by now. Some other states they just don't have the health care. The doctors down there in those states they just don't seem to know what the hell they're doing. And you come up to like North Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, especially Minnesota down in the Twin Cities. They've got a hell of a lot of doctors down there. University of Minnesota, that's where I go, Fairview. A lot of good places down here. But you wouldn't have to worry about Medicare or any of that kind of shit. You just come up here and say what your problem is, and if you don't have a way of paying for it, it gets paid one way or the other. I think the last person I know that went through that, the hospital ended up paying it. Because his plans that he had, and that he didn't really have any in the first place, but he told him that his plans kind of fell through, that insurance company was working with him, but decided to drop him at the last minute. And I don't know, I guess they called up on his MA, and MA paid for a little bit of it, and I guess the hospital just donated the rest of it. I don't know, but he doesn't have a bill from it. I mean, that's just the hospitals up here. If you don't have money and they see you need, and they see that you need medical care, they'll just say, screw it, get your ass in here. Don't worry about the bill part of it later. They've done that with me plenty of times when in my earlier years of just being on medical assistance and not having a lot of money. I'd walk in there doubled over in pain in the emergency room. They'd look at me and they said, get your ass in here. It's like, I can't even walk any further. So they'd grab the wheelchair, turn it around, bring it up to me, and they'd sit me down like, and hospital paid about a half of that bill. It was back in the days, and I didn't have a cent to my name. And insurance or something wasn't working with me or something, and I don't know why I didn't get the paperwork done in time, so I didn't have MA or something, and I had some kind of infection that was in my stomach area. It was just causing me all kinds of pain. But I walked in there doubled over, and the ladies saw me, and all 6 or 8 or 10 of them screamed at once, and 3 of them said, "Oh my God, help that man!" And they all grabbed me before I collapsed. But in that kind of situation, the hospital paid for it. But that's not pertinent. Well, I guess, yeah, here in Minnesota it is, because they'll treat anybody no matter what you're. They've had that going ever since I was a kid. Money or not, if you needed something treated, they'll treat it and they'll worry about the bill part of it later. Yeah, they'll. I don't know. You can't just, walk away, say the hospital will eventually pay for it. You've got to do the paperwork for the hospital to pick up the tab if they have to. You can't just walk away from it, say, have a nice life. No, you got to do the paperwork. You got to do the phone calls. And if you do things right, the hospital will pick up the tab. But it takes a little bit of work on your part. You just can't just walk away, say, oh, the hospital will pay for it. And no, you got to do your part to get that done. Takes a little bit of phone calls, a little bit of paperwork, and if everything pans through, then yeah, they pay for it. Richard Rogers, hello. But I've only had that situation with me that happened with me twice. One of them, as you know, like I just said, was an emergency walk-in, and the other, I was in the hospital, and I don't know what the hell happened. I had some kind of surgery of something. I can't remember what it was. Not a surgery or something. I was in the hospital for something, and insurance. I don't know what happened, but we went back a week later after I got out of the hospital. I went to the, I don't know what kind of department it was to deal with the bill that I had at the hospital. About 6 days after that, I got a letter in the mail saying the hospital had covered the bill. Like, whoa, like what? And then it said that at the bottom, thank you for being the patient at St. Joseph's. Like, what? So I called them back and I asked her, "Are you kidding? This has been covered?" It's like, "No, we took care of it." Like, whoa, okay. I asked her, I don't owe a single dime to anybody. She said, "No." Wow. I was kind of picking up my job off the floor when she told me that. But they saw the crisis that I was in, and insurance wasn't working with me or something, and things just weren't gonna pan out. And so they said the best next thing they could do is just pay the damn bill themselves. So they did. The surgery, the hospital part got paid. The everybody got paid. So there's no worry of. Yeah. I think it's a very nice at Echo Park Speedway in Georgia. Now, can you please send it again, please? Thank you. Looks like a very nice. Yeah, we got a few parks around here that are close by, but I can tell you right now, at this time of year, they're pretty snowy yet. Pretty snowy. Josh did get new RAM. Oh, we're back to play replacing parts in your computer again, Josh. Oh, John Williams, I wish I wore him here. Yeah, I'm the same way, Scott. I like being outside. Hmm. Oh, are some people gonna get the message? And how many times I have to say no, but they're just not wanting to get the point. University Medical Center here is publicly funded. They can't turn you down, but they will bill you. Although if you can't pay, you can't. They are the best trauma center for it. Yeah, if this is a test and only a test. Okay, where's the long beep afterwards? Nice and sunny at the Speedway in Georgia, but it's 45 degrees. Yeah, that's. And if you got a light wind, that actually is chilly. So I don't know. I'd probably be the most bundled up person there because I don't like that kind of weather. 35, 40 degrees and it's windy. I'll be wearing my winter jacket, my gloves, my hat. Yeah, I don't like being cold. Even especially in that kind of weather when it's 45 degrees. I get extremely. That to me is bone chilling. I don't like being cold like that. I don't know if I'd be. Well, yeah, I'd probably be wearing a hat. Not probably not gloves, but a hat. And Ken's asking, Bill, are you here? Oh, Bill, are you here? Josh, did you get the new memory Bill asked and I asked? And Josh, they want you to answer a question. You have not answered it yet, so hop to it. It is 45 here and 35-mile winds in it. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be keeping my ass inside in that kind of weather. A lot of people can't believe it. I won't be out in that kind of weather, but yeah, it's not zero, but it's 45 and it's windy and it's it gets cold, especially in my arms and my neck area. Especially in this area, I just get freezing cold. Then I just want to go in. Once this area of my body gets cold, my neck and my arms, once they start getting cold, it's over with. No, I want to go in after that. Or in a truck and get warm. Because once it gets cold in here in my neck area and starts getting down here, they're like, no, I'm done. I say, that's it, I'm done. I want to go in. You just got out here. I don't give a damn, I'm cold. You know, a lot of people just they don't get it with me. I'm a Minnesotan, I have been, but it's getting harder for me to do that the older I get. Yeah, I'm not a kid anymore. When I was a kid, I'd stay out in the snow for hours and not care. But today, I spend 5 minutes out in the cold and I'm bitching about it. But when I was a kid, I'd play all day in the snow. It wouldn't bother me then. It bothers the shit out of me now. I do not want to be outside in the winter weather. Just not something I like doing anymore. So yeah, one of these years I might become a snowbird. Fly south for about 3 months. December, January, and February. Come back in the beginning of March. Because these old bones ain't going to be able to take the cold weather for too much longer. I think maybe another 2 years, maybe 3. Then I'm going to say, all right, that's it. I'm not... No. When it gets cold, I'm flying south. Although going down south nowadays really doesn't help any. Because Florida's been getting cold. Texas has been getting cold. So I don't know if really going down south is really going to help any. I mean, it'll be warmer, but... It'll be like 15 below here, but down in Florida, they'd be down to like 32 degrees and freezing, and they're not supposed to have those kind of temperatures. Far south, I guess, yeah. There's some states that I won't go to. North Carolina, South Carolina. There's some states that I won't go to, but yeah, sure can tell differently driving into it. Yeah, you are so old, Josh. Excuse me, how old are you? I think you're a hell of a lot younger than me. I don't know, just the older I get, I'm starting to find more ailments, more things that are wrong. So I think when I go to the doctor's on the 27th, that's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna bring a laundry list of things that I've noticed that aren't quite right with me. And number one thing at the top of the list, number one is medication. We're gonna adjust my medications just a little bit so I'm not so damn tired during the day and at night and falling asleep around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Kind of getting tired of doing that. And then thanks both my doctors, the one in the cities and the one, well, with my doctor up here, I need to get on a different medication besides trazodone because with trazodone you got to take food, and with me I got to eat a lot of food because you take trazodone and you get that stinging, burning feeling in your stomach and you just don't feel good for a couple minutes and feels kind of icky. And I don't like feeling that when I'm laying in bed at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning and oh, that's an uncomfortable feeling. So I need to tell her I'd like to try something different. Something that's got the punch of trazodone, but not the pain that it puts you in. That's the one thing I don't like about it. And she's going to say, yes, but it has an antidepressant in it. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't want to get off trazodone. Because it does have that little antidepressant, and it kind of keeps me floating above the clouds a little bit during the wintertime so I don't dive into a deep depression and just kind of crash and burn. So and I may have to get me on something different for that. But for the sleeping part, I just don't like the trazodone anymore. Kind of getting tired of it. Need some good old Mary Jane? Yeah, that would do it because it does do it. I have enough of it, and it will put me to sleep at night. But that's been a little bit since I've had that, so. But yes, you are correct. That will just kind of just knock me the f out. And usually, not usually. No, because with that, I know when I'm falling asleep. I just get tired enough and I can't keep my eyeballs open anymore. I'm looking into it. Yeah, I thought you had some of that before. Maybe not. It's not like someone that we know on Ken's live streams on Zoom at night. He goes to the front of the garage. You gotta smoke a little. Then he comes back and drinks some beer. Then he goes back, takes a few hits, comes back up front, has a few more jugs of beer, goes to the front of the garage, has a few. It's funny watching him, thinking we don't know what he's not doing, but I know exactly what he's doing. I figured that a long time ago. He's going to the front of the garage for that. He's going to where his computer is for the beer. So he's going to both ends of his garage. Like, yeah, I know what you're doing. You ain't fooling me, kid. But then again, I don't care. I just. Oh, Jeff Ryan, agreed. Gilligan's Island, yeah, I haven't watched that show in years. Usually they might have it on Saturdays or something if I go down the second floor. They might have it on down there, but. And he put his glasses on above his. Yeah, he does that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. First his glasses are here, then they're up here, then they're here, then they're here, then they're here. He does that over and over, and I just like, oh my god, the guy drives me nuts. But that's him, you know. That's just the way he is. But I've noticed that I've noticed every little quirk that he has. Like, man, you are. Yeah, between putting the glasses, constantly doing that. No, not yet. I've had many Ivana years ago. Tried CEO was ineffective. I can grow 3 plants per person per household. My friend has a growth tent for me. Eh. What's Josh's problem now with his fucking memory? She said that wrong. So he's got memory that's not working again. Oh my god. Although this is Josh we're talking about, leave it to Josh. He'll screw things up, but good grief. And it is 2:37 here, guys. I'm gonna go to about 2:40, and I'm gonna hang this one up. Kind of running out of words. Looks like everybody else has run out of words too. Maybe be back in time to toss a trailer together, but I will be back in time for the 10 p.m. live stream. Going golfing, Ken? Just being a PETA. If I'm gonna cell phone from the brothers. Oh my gosh, you would thought the world ended and she hates technology. Yeah, some people don't do good with it. They just cannot wrap their heads around it. I know that when I'm working with computers, people on computers and trying to tell them something, and I just immediately lose them in conversation. Because their head starts tilting to the sides, like, what are you talking about? Like, nothing, never mind, have a nice day, here's your bill. So I just give up because they're not going to understand me. Okay, got another half minute here, guys, and I'm going to hang this one up. It is snowing here. No, it is snowing here. Going to sons, brothers, and moms. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have fun, Ken. Have fun, stay safe. Finally got the snow to Indiana. Yeah. Snow can stay away from here for a while, too. You should be doing your happy dance. Scott doing a happy dance. I'd like to see that. I'm going to take off. See you later. All right, Josh. Have a good one. And I'm going to get out of here too. It's 2:41. So, yeah. I don't know what I'll talk about tomorrow. Probably nothing. So, might just be another open chat or whatever you want to call this. Until something shows up that's important, I guess we'll just talk about whatever. But on the days it's the news, that's when I talk about the news. But that's not been happening for a while, so kind of stick to the regular chit chat. Damn you. Alright, yeah, damn phone. So, yeah, with that, guys, I'm gonna go. Hope you all have a great day. If you haven't already, hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, on your way in, on your way out, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm of YouTube that I'm out there, and they're gonna start broadcasting me to more and more people. The more people start hitting the like button. So, if you can do that, leave a like, leave a comment. I'd like to see more comments in the comment area, but I only get maybe a few. So if you watch this video, depending on where you are in the world, leave a like, a comment. Well, you know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm only gonna say that a few times because I don't like bugging people about it. But anyhow, with that, you all have a great day, and I will catch you all later. Bye for now.